Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your girl JoJo, and I'm here with the review for Love and Marriage Huntsville, season something, episode 1. I'll have it right in the description bar. I hope you guys are doing good tonight or today, whenever you're watching. It's nighttime for me, hence the terrible lighting, and hence the reason I look so rough. I have been getting it in today. I'm trying to drop some weight, so I've been on like 2-a-days. So that's why I look the way that I do. Please excuse me, but I wanted to go ahead and get it done. Also, real quick, there is going to be an announcement at the end of this video. I know you guys don't normally watch all the way through, so if you normally watch me, I have some things to update you about, so please stay tuned until the very end of this video, about 2 or 3 minutes of your time. Thank you. I greatly appreciate it. So let's get into what happened on the episode. So first off, I'll tell you, I was on Twitter and I looked up the trending topics to see if Love and Marriage Huntsville was trending because I wasn't home when the episode aired. I didn't really see it trending, so I went and I looked up the hashtag and discovered that the first 2 episodes are basically going to be about the baby shower and Melody and Martell and how they've repaired their marriage and just kind of giving us an opening. The Holts are going to give us the opening to the show. Now, when I saw that, I immediately thought to myself that this is I think this is a test. I think it's a test. Now, I don't think they're about to get their own complete spinoff, but I do believe they are testing us for a possible spinoff in the future, maybe a 5-part special or a small series, kind of like how they do over on Bravo with the Real Housewives ladies. I think they're gearing us up for something, and they're trying to see if Melody and Martell on their own can hold an audience. And so I kind of got a sense that that is what was going on. I was a little blowed that it was going to be a complete baby shower episode because baby showers aren't even really my thing. So I already was kind of like, ugh. And not because I don't like them. I used to like baby showers back in the day before they became wedding receptions. When baby showers became wedding receptions, I was immediately over it. Okay, I miss playing, a little games, eating some chicken, meatballs, Now we got a whole plated situation going on, and then the men are there. I'm not really used to that either. So it's just all, baby showers are very, very, very new now. I almost feel like I'm at a reception, which can be good or bad, but a baby shower is the true place. As a woman, I really used to let my hair down and get the tea, because that's when the women really tell you what childbirth is all about. And now it's just a little bit different. That's all. It's just a little different. Move with the times. So we get the episode started out with Mel and Martell doing a photo shoot, and they're basically just telling us all the hurdles they've gone through. We're seeing flashbacks, how they got to the point that they are today. They're in a much better place. They're feeling much better about each other. They're letting go of the past. All of those good things that you hear about when people move past their situations. Melody does seem like she is a lot more at peace. She does seem a lot happier. I think the baby has a lot to do with that as well. She's talking to the hairdresser / cousin, and the hairdresser / cousin is just like, see, I knew you was probably going back. I knew you wasn't going nowhere. And they're sharing a good laugh about that. On the flip side, we got Martell talking to his homeboy, to which the homeboy tries to bring up the past situation, and Martell shuts it down. I'm not talking about her. All I know is I'm back with my woman. I'm back with my wife. Things are going well. I want them to continue to go well. That situation is in the past. Well, if it's one person that's going to get a party started on Love and Marriage Huntsville, and when I say party, I mean a mess party, it is our good friend Cedric. I said, come on with the mess, Cedric. We missed you. We miss you. Is it Cedric? Cedric. Come on with the mess. We missed you. So they're in there putting the crib together, and he brings up the fact that the peasant have really been going in lately. You think she doing all this for your attention? It looks like she really carrying on social media, and then she got some story coming out and people talking about you in the groups, and I saw her car got messed up. Did you see her car got messed up? Now, over there on Twitter, people were trying to say that was probably Martell that messed the car up. I don't know if I believe that, but definitely somebody jacked her car up. It's so funny that it's 3 social media worlds, okay? Snapchat, I don't really know where it is anymore, but it's 3 main social media worlds. You got Facebook, which is way, way, way over there. Then you got Twitter, and you got Instagram. Instagram loves the Holts. They love the host, right? And then, you got Twitter, and Twitter is for people, my friend used to say, Twitter is for people who like to read. You got your Twitter people over there, and not so much, okay? They don't care for them as much as the Instagram people care for them. And as far as Facebook, child, Facebook be so late. They probably don't even know Love and Marriage Huntsville is on. They're probably all still watching season 1 over there, because like I told you, Facebook be over there. They be in their own world, and they always 1 to 2 years late on the T. Okay, so we love them. We love them over there. But Twitter and Instagram, it's like 2 different worlds when it comes to this situation. So people on Twitter were saying that Martell did it, and I don't think I believe that, but it's still funny. So they continue talking about it, and Martell again is just like, look, I don't know who did it. I don't care who did it. I don't care if she's mad at me. I don't care what she's talking about, because it's over. It's over. It's about my wife. We're going to hear Martell say this 100 times. Now it is about him and Melody and his family. He ain't worried about her no more, and he does not care what she is doing anymore. He refuses to talk about her. So Derek realizes he got to pipe down, but he does let us know that he knew old girl. Okay, she was working at some lounge, a restaurant or something that he used to frequent, and he knows her as well as some of her constituents. I say, how you know the constituents? Am I saying it right? How you know the other friends, Sir Derek? No, don't you get in trouble messing around talking about who you know. But I think he good. He's good. He reminds me of this guy I know. That's why I laugh so much when I say his name. So we move on from that. Okay, we know Martell's not going to keep talking about it. Later on, we have them going as a family to the ultrasound, which was cute. You can tell they're in a much better place, and they're happier to be around each other. There used to be times where Martell would try to touch Melody, and she looked like she wanted to just fall out of her skin. So they're definitely in a much happier place. Melody also has a conversation, but previously, I forgot to mention this part. She also has a conversation with her brother before this ultrasound, her older brother, who is an educator. They have a conversation about her and Martell again, and what they've been through. And the brother says, look, even my kids was asking me, you ain't gonna beat them up for cheating on your sister. And he said he had to let Martell know, I'm sick of hearing about it. You need to cut it out. So they had their conversation about that. They also talk about their father. Is he coming to the baby shower? Melody would like him to come, but he has, she's not sure if he's going to be there. He said he had other obligations. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. He actually told her that later. She thought he was coming, though, at this point in time. Sorry, I jumped ahead. But, yeah, she's saying that she wants to really work on things with her father. Her brother encourages her to do so because they're getting older, and you kind of want to do the right thing, and you don't know how much time you got left. And I got all that. I have my own thoughts about adult parent-child relationships and trying to mend those, but I will talk about that momentarily. Y'all might have to get me together because my way of thinking about it might be a little skewed, just letting you know early. But I will give my thoughts on that later on in the review. So that conversation went smooth. After they do the ultrasound, she also has a conversation with her mother about her dad coming, and we find out then that Melody was a late baby for her father. I'm not really sure what the situation was between her mother and her father, but her father had been married previously, and there were 2 older children in that marriage, which are Melody's other siblings. So, yeah, there's some kind of disconnect between her and her dad, but her mother never badmouthed her father, which is always a good idea. My mom never did that either, and I'm very grateful that she operated in that way. It leaves your child to make their own decisions and ideas, and eventually we understand. Eventually we understand what's going on. Trust me, you don't have to say a word. Okay, so we move on. Melody meets with the team to discuss the baby shower extraordinaire, and it is quite extraordinary. But before we get to the final details of it, she calls Kimi to make sure she's coming. Kimi says she is coming. Is it all of us? No, it's not all of us. I did not invite Tisha and Marceau. I invited you and Maurice, and that's who better be showing up. Kimi wishes that they could get past a lot of the things and just get back to the friendship and get back to the way things were. But she understands that Mel's not going to invite her. She just wishes they could move forward. We find out from Mel that there will be no moving forward because Tisha been messy on the internet. She's been retweeting subliminal shade, or maybe it was just bad tweets altogether, but I know it wasn't good stuff, and she had been retweeting it. And I'm gonna tell y'all, them shares and them retweets gonna get you in trouble, because you think it's no big deal because you're not saying it, but when you share it and you're retweeting, and sometimes even when you hitting a like, people feel some type of way about it. So yeah, Melody felt some type of way about that, and she didn't appreciate it. And there was also some talks of some mamas going on. I'm not really sure. We'll probably get into that later in the season. But somebody been talking about somebody mama, and that's taking it a step too far. So Melody is done. She doesn't care what apologies were formally made. So they're not invited. So Kimi and Maurice do end up coming to the shower. We see everybody standing outside, and Maurice and the family, all these M's, Martell and Melody and the churn, they pull up in the horse and carriage, and it was real nice. It was extra. Even Kimi said it was extra, but she's always said that about Mel, even to her face, so we fine with it. But I was laughing because I was thinking to myself, I bet you Phaedra Parks is somewhere sitting at home like, oh, I should have got a horse and carriage for my last baby shower. Everything about it was giving Phaedra Parks vibes, but I believe Phaedra still got one more baby in her, so we might get a horse and carriage for her third child. But yeah, she came out in the horse and carriage. It was very much extra. But if Mel and Martell are not extra, and they know it, then what else? What else do we expect? And they training up the children in the extra way that they should go. So they come in and they look a lot happier. Everybody notices. People are commenting on how happy they look and how great their family is. We get... do I want to go to the new couple yet? Not quite. I don't think I want to go to the new couple just yet. We get into the shower, and first let me just say the mamas had a conversation off to the side. There's some tension there. Mama Martell don't like when you go against her baby boy, all right? So you can't talk about him, and you can't be having a whole bunch of conversations with him, is the vibe that I was getting from his mama when Melody's mama told her, yeah, I had conversations with him about how he treated her and what he needed to do. And the mama was just like, oh, you had several conversations, did you? Oh my gosh, it was so many words exchanged without words being exchanged. That part was really funny. We then get to conversations between Kimi and Mel, and the conversation is basically, well, I kind of wish we were all here. And Kimi, let me tell you something right here. Now, we like you, right? We like you. Stay out of it. Just stay out of it. Let these grown women handle their life the way they're going to handle their life, and you don't get involved, because in a minute they're going to make you the bad guy. You're going to be in the middle. You're going to be constantly looking like you playing both sides of the fence, and eventually you're not going to be able to deny that you are doing so. So just stay completely out the paint. It's going to be for the best. But she again inserts and says, I just wish y'all could get past it, and I just wish that we could. And Mel, she ain't on that, okay? It was too many things said. It was too many things done. I'm not getting past it, Kimi, so just don't bring it up no more, okay? When we together, it's just Kimi and Mel. We're not going to talk about nobody else. And I think I agree with that sentiment. Let the Scotts and the Holts work it out on their own time, okay? Scott 2.0, y'all just stay completely out of it. And speaking of that, we got Maurice over there. It's the same conversation with Martell, but it's got, the energy is different, right? The energy is different. And I expect the energy to be different because that is Maurice's brother. Marceau is Maurice's brother. So of course the energy is going to be a little different. Of course you're going to be a little bit more hype about it than if it was your homeboy, which is why you really need to stay out of it. You really need to stay out of it, because you can't even hold... We see what's going on. We respect it because that's your brother, but we see it and you need to stop it, because in a minute, it ain't even going to be playing both sides for you. You only going to be playing one side. So they bring up the reunion and how Maurice had tried to kind of cover for Tisha and what she was saying, and wanted to cut it off before Mel and Martell were able to respond. And Martell said, look, I feel like you let them get it out. They say what they want to say, and then you ask us to be the bigger person. So it feels like you're going against us. And I did see a little bit of that in the reunion. I think that Maurice didn't want his brother and his sister-in-law's tea to be spilled. But what I will say is, Tisha was coming like she wanted the confrontation. And when you come like that, you have to expect what you get in return. Do I think either of them are right? No, not really. I wish they would drop the whole thing too. But I know enough to know when it's not my place to be involved. And that's what Martell is trying to tell him. And Martell don't fight fair. I believe if Martell had a wig, he would hide razor blades in it. He don't fight fair. You can look at him and tell he don't fight fair. He is enjoying the beef that him and Marsau were having. He even says so. I'm having a good time. So Maurice, as sensitive as you are, because y'all know Maurice will drop a tear in a minute, you need to stay out of it, bruh. Like, seriously. Just stay back and just don't. Just don't. Even if you don't want to hear it, just tell your brother, listen, I don't want to hear it, okay? I want y'all to work that out. I don't want to hear it. But I know it's hard you don't want to feel like you're going against your own brother. I get that. So just back up off it, though. Just back up off it. He keeps saying, I want two people that I care about to preserve the friendship. Just stop it. You and Kimmy, okay, the light-skinned Scots, have a seat at the table. Like, seriously. Now, speaking of tables, the tables are turning. Okay, we got some new cast members. So y'all remember at game night there was a girl there with her husband. I think their last name was the Williams. I don't remember the man's name because it sounds a lot like Cedric to me. It sounds a lot like his name if I'm thinking right. I don't know, child. I don't remember the husband's name, but her name is Destiny. Destiny and Melody have become great friends. Destiny tells us she is 9 weeks pregnant, which once she told us she was 9 weeks pregnant, it all of a sudden looked like she got bigger in the middle of the shower. I said, did she take out a button? It all of a sudden just looked like her stomach got bigger. But she's 9 weeks pregnant. They are newlyweds and very happy, seemingly very happy. They're over the games and they're doing the hosting. And right after Mel has a conversation with Kimmy, Destiny comes over there and she wants to have a conversation with Kimmy. So Mel steps to the side and she brings up the game night and how her husband asked a question about the comeback group. Y'all remember that? He said, well, what is the comeback group doing? Are y'all together? And who is even in the comeback group or something along those lines? And Kimmy say, it is together. We are the comeback group. And I don't know what else she said, but you could tell she didn't appreciate him even asking questions. I'll just leave it at that. So they did a flashback of that, and she was like, yeah, and you had made the comment that you didn't even know who he was. All he do is make chicken. And I had a problem with that. I felt like you was coming for my baby, like you was coming for my man. Destiny, sweetheart, we want to like you, right? We want to like Destiny, right? The new cast member. Raise your hand if you want to like Destiny. I want to like Destiny. You want to like Destiny. Okay, so let's like Destiny. Destiny, you're new here. I'm going to need you to find another angle. Okay, I'm going to need you. This ain't it. Move around. I'm going to need you to find something else. This is not it. And I'm not saying this because you don't want to beef with Kimmy. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying if you going to have a beef, you going to have to bring more than this stale chicken to the table. Okay? This ain't going to work. Just stop, baby. Just stop right there. Kimmy handled it well. She was just like, well, sometimes I think my jokes are a little funnier than they are. Sometimes I think I'm a little funny and I'm not. But I feel confident in saying that I did not know who y'all were. And that was true. Even I said that. When he made the comment, I'm pretty sure I said in my review, who are you? Like, we don't even know who y'all are. You guys aren't even, you're not even messy Cedric. You're not even the good pot stirrer. We don't know you, right? So, it was true. She really did not know them. And when she said that he made some good chicken, she didn't even say it like that's all he can do, that minion. She said he can make some good chicken. I know that, like, the chicken was bomb. So I'm not really seeing where she thought somebody was necessarily coming for her man. I felt like, I don't know, I thought it was a little bit of a reach. What did y'all think about it? But Kimmy handled it well. Then she brought it up again. Now, see, I would have respected her and let it go, but then she brought it up again in front of the group when she was on the microphone talking about, yeah, and Kimmy, she said, She brought it up again in a way where she was telling the group that they could go and they could get some more food, they could get some more chicken. And I know Kimmy knows all about that since she tried to come for my man about some chicken. You know, girl, you came for him. I was just like, Destiny. Again, move around. Find another angle. This is not it. And Kimmy she didn't laugh either. I was glad she did. Kimmy was just looking around like, okay, so this is how she want to do it. All right, fine. Kimmy, don't get no beef with her. Don't even get no beef with her because it's not even going to be worth it. She already grasping at straws. Let her keep grabbing until she run out of straws to grab. It's not worth it, girl. So we move forward in the episode. Hold on, y'all. Let me get to my notes. Oh, man. Sorry, y'all. Oh, my gosh. Mel's brother asks, is the dad coming? No, the dad isn't coming. He had a prior obligation. That's why I jumped ahead earlier. Sorry. And Mel is upset about it, but hey, it is what it is. He had something else he had to do. I wish he could have been here. You could tell she was hurt. And the brother gives her a hug and, just kind of a pat on the back. But I think he also secretly hopes they'll get it together a little better because something tells me he's probably closer to the older siblings, and probably because he grew up in the house. He was there in the house when they were growing up and all of that. Now, did y'all hear a couple of things I forgot to mention? Did y'all hear Martell mention that Tisha had a butt job and got her waist done and Marcel still wasn't satisfied? Child. Who would have ever thought that we would be living in a time where the men on the reality show were pulling receipts on the wives? Oh, gosh. All these stray bullets, I'm telling you. Ain't no telling who gonna get hit this season. The last thing I wanted to talk about was Martell's counseling session, in which Martell at first was kind of talking like he was, again, somebody we were having. A lot of the problems that we were having in our marriage were based around a third party being in our marriage. And that third party caused my wife to look at me different. No, you caused your wife to look at you different, Martell. You brought the third party. But he took accountability in the middle of the session. I was like, oh, good. Because I was about to be looking at you crazy yet again. Always with that, nobody can disrespect my wife. Nobody's disrespecting my wife but me. I'm the only person that can disrespect her. He always said, he doesn't actually say that, y'all, but he might as well say that. I'm the only person that can disrespect her. So he also gets through in the counseling session about how good of a father he tries to be and how he doesn't really feel a loss about not having his father in his life. And the therapist is trying to get him to realize that you don't think it affects you, but it actually does affect you. It affects you in the way you behave, the decisions you've made, how your life is played out. And he was just like, yeah, but it's basically you can't miss what you never had. That's kind of how Martell is feeling about the situation. And he feels like he's been a great father in spite of. I think he has the blinders on in some areas. There's definitely some life lessons he probably could have benefited from having a full and wise, complete father around. Because, sometimes that other parent be a fool, right? But having the right kind of influence in his life. And when Martell said, I lived in the hood. I grew up in the hood. Nobody's dad was around. I was like, dang. To just say it like that, like it's so normalized and so just kind of shrugged the shoulders. That was sad. That was really sad for me to hear. But hey, it was his reality. But it still hurt though to hear him say it. And the therapist is trying to get him to feel it and trying to get him to recognize that a piece of him was missing and it has affected him. I don't know if Martell fully gets it, but he does say that he wants to work on building a relationship with his father and trying to see more the man than he is. And what I was holding on to that I said I was going to say at the about parent and child relationships when you become an adult, does anybody feel like there's a point where it's too late? And y'all correct me on this because my thinking about this might be wrong. I might need to be sitting in somebody's chair. I feel like there reaches a point where you no longer long for the relationship, the parent relationship like you used to when you were younger. And so because the longing is no longer there, they can't step in for you now as a parent. It kind of has to be on like a, almost like a friend tip, like a close, or like a godfather or uncle, but it'll never feel like the original father son, father daughter, mother son, or whatever parent was missing relationship, you know? I feel like I've had those feelings, so I kind of understood where Martell was coming from. It's like once you feel like you've kind of put, and I guess this is not true healing, you've put the band-aids on yourself and you've learned how to cope and get through life and learn certain lessons, the longing and the need is no longer there, and you almost don't know how to compartmentalize them into your life because you've been so used to them not being in certain areas of your life. So it almost feels weird letting a new person in, but they're not new. I don't know. I might have lost myself there. But you get what I'm saying? Like it feels like you're letting a person that you don't know that well in, but trying to get back to this bond that you kind of have pushed past in your life. Like you've pushed past those feelings. So I don't know. Do you believe there's ever a point where it's too late for those original feelings and you kind of have to go about it like where it's never going to be as close as it could be? Y'all let me know. So anyway, that's really it for Love and Marriage Huntsville. It's going to be a wild ride, looks like. Y'all let me know what you thought about the episode and like, comment, and subscribe. Now, for those of you who stuck around for the last 2 or 3 minutes, I had an announcement. So this may or may not be my last review of Love and Marriage Huntsville. I'm not 100% sure. I might get to squeeze in next week, but after next week, I know for sure that I will not be able to review the show. And that is because I will not be around. I am going to be off of YouTube for several weeks. I have some things that have come up. If you guys remember last year around this time, around Love and Marriage Huntsville, I was returning because I had been waiting on a clearance for a job that I really wanted to do. Well, everything has gotten cleared. It's been a long time, but everything's gotten cleared. Everything is ready to go. And now I have some job training that I have to do. I have to be 100% focused. I'm going to be studying. I'm going to be completely enamored with, like, completely in. I'm going to be completely in. I'm not going to have my laptop. I don't plan on recording on my phone because this is something I really want. So I just want to dedicate my whole full and complete time to it. So I won't be on here. But I do have some pre-recorded videos coming out. I will have my Zodiac chats coming out. I have some Law of Attraction videos coming out. I'm going to try to get a book review pre-recorded. And I also have a brand new series that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to do a test run of the first episode. It's called Upon Second Review, where basically we're reviewing things from the past, in like early 2000s or whatever, nostalgia times, how we felt then versus how we feel now as like grown people who have lived. And I just thought it would be a fun segment to do. So I'll have that coming out. I ask that you do stay subscribed. I know that's a lot to ask, but I understand if you don't because you don't want to cloud up your subscriptions. But I do ask that you stay. I won't be commenting back like I normally do, but as soon as I get done, I plan to read all of my comments and respond to everything. So still write your comments. I still want to hear it. I still want to see it. Yeah, it's just something I really got to do, y'all. So I'll be gone. You'll still get like at least one video a week for the next 6 to 7 weeks, and then I will be back. We're going to plan for somewhere in the September realm. So, yeah, you guys, that's really it. I feel like I'm about to cry, so I'm going to just stop talking about it. But I'm really going to miss y'all. And you all really make a difference in my little old life, even though you don't realize that you really do. So that's it. I will see y'all for the next review. I should be able to get another one done. And until next time, bye.